It can feel like the climate is changing faster than we can react, but there are people doing good work. There is a climate crew.
I like working with the glaciers because I get to travel on them, to see the changes that are happening, to have an understanding of the glacier affecting our ecosystem here is really good. We rope up because if I'm probing further and if I miss a crevasse and I fell through, you would save me.
I would.
Or I would save you.
Glacier tracking. Check the snow temperature. Classify the crystals.
We'll need the temperature of the snow.
0.20, negative.
We gotta check how many layers we have. Use the magnifying glass to check snow grade classification. 3.5 centimeters.
You're saying that the hard layers form when there's a melt. How about the soft layers? Where do those come from?
Usually it's from the wind drift.
Oh yeah. For the snow that we're seeing here, is there an Inuktitut word to describe?
We call this apute.
Aputi.
With the snow temperature taken and the crystals classified, ablation stakes are put in to track the rate of the snow melt. Ablation literally means snow melt or loss.
What is this telling us between when we go and install that this season and when we come back next year?
Each year we'll check to see how much snow melt. We'll know more to see how fast the glacier is flowing down to sea level.
So in this case, we're measuring snow accumulation higher on the glacier, snow melting lower on the glacier, and also velocity, or the speed at which the glacier is moving downwards.
Yes. It's a balance between the two, melting and the accumulation. All that melt is catching up to that accumulation, so that we notice that it's receding a lot more. The monitoring that we do, it's more scientifically measured, and we share that to the Inuit Knowledge Working Group, and then they share their knowledge of what they see and what they know of the glacier. That gives us a better understanding of what's happening. When he was a kid in the 1950s, this was all glaciated. All this unvegetated area, that's where the glacier was before. It was capping off to the ocean. He remembers seeing that.
When did you begin your glacier monitoring work? Around May of 2007, a committee was struck. The question was posed as to why glaciers were losing volume. I will go to the edge of the glacier and construct a small Inukshuk and return every 2 years and take photos of the retreating of the glacier. This was my way of measuring the changes. Since the globalists first exposed the theory of global warming, us Inuit didn't notice. The Discernible temperature increased and winter temperatures remained very cold. When the forest fires in the south erupted, the smoke arrived and we noticed a yellow layer. We could smell the smoke and it was like a blanket. Soot dropping on the ice, causing it to melt much faster along with the top snow layer. The earth heals itself along cylindrical patterns. It is operated smoothly for thousands of years, continuously before industrial pollutant arrived. This cycle was operating beautifully and healing itself without any interruptions from mankind.
Okay.
We're still not too late to have an impact, and if we clean up the atmosphere, it can revert back to its more traditional cycle, especially if we clean up the particulates causing the ice to melt, along with stopping pollution. This is known by our elders.
Understanding the glaciers that has an effect on the ice here, it's really important for us, because if all that melt accelerates, it's going to have a big effect on the ice.
Smart Ice is an Inuit-led organization that monitors how the sea ice is being affected by climate change to ensure the local community stays safe.
The ice is a big deal for us. It's a part of who we are. We use it in our everyday lives. We use it to go to our camping grounds, harvesting areas. even to travel to another community by ice. It's our main highway to get to point A to point B. Smart Ice monitors the ice conditions in real time for the community. A kamutik is a sled, and as I drive along on the ice, I have a tough pad in between my handlebars, so it gives me an actual number of how the ice conditions are. And the other way we monitor the ice is what we call a smart buoy. These are stationary sensors. It has a built-in GPS and transmitter, and we are getting temperatures of the water, ice, snow, and air back in our office. Isiku is a platform that Smart Ice used to add in data about a trip they went out on the land. It's important to keep that knowledge in the community and to keep our language strong. I try and keep close relations with community organizations with the work that I do with Parks Canada here, so they too can know the conditions before going out on the land.
I like going into the park with Elijah because he's very knowledgeable, and all that knowledge he shares I try and absorb so that I can share it to my kids and grandkids in the future. When we work together and we're sharing the changes of the climate, it's really good. That's how we help each other